introduction. So let me present to you Council Member Bill de Blasio.
Thank you. First of all, I want to thank everyone because you care so much about our children that you're here on a Sunday to say we need to do better. You know, you cannot look at the world the same way we used to ever since what happened on November 4th. And it's very pertinent to this discussion. Barack Obama showed us once and for all that change comes from the grassroots. Change comes because people decide what they want and need for their communities, and they work together and they achieve it. That's change that's lasting. And that's very pertinent to the discussion of mayoral control and our school system, because even if you grant to the mayor and to Chancellor Klein some good intentions, there has been a consistent pattern of trying to make change from the top down only and not involving parents and communities in any meaningful way. And that just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And now we have a chance to do it right. We have a chance to say, we need a system that involves the people who the system is there for. It involves the students, it involves the parents, it involves the communities. If we're going to have any version of mayoral control, it has to start with that first building block, that it will be inclusive, it will be about the people it serves. To me, we need the following very straightforward reforms. I think a lot of people here would agree with this. We need to have checks and balances, so it's not just one person making the decision. Right. It's fundamental. Right. We need to make sure, and by the way, you know, we all thought at one point maybe the education priorities panel would be, or education policy panel would be an actual check and balance until the day of the social promotion vote, where two people who were appointed by the mayor wanted to vote against his position. They were immediately fired. So we saw right there was no independence in that panel. There was no real check and balance. We need to do that right. We need a citywide panel that will actually be independent and will listen to what the mayor and the chancellor want, but decide if it's the right thing to do and make whatever balance we need. We also need to take things back to the local level. You know, the previous system certainly had its strengths and weaknesses. But one thing that was very good, and I saw it as a community school board member, was that you were in the community. The decision makers were in the community. The people, the parents could come to the decision makers, raise questions, raise ideas, really get results. Now, unfortunately, the world revolves around the building right behind this one. And it's like an armed camp. You can't get in there if you're a parent and really have any kind of dialogue. We need to give the local districts power again in whatever new system we create. And lastly, as a public school parent myself, I have a daughter in high school and a son in middle school, so I feel every day what every other parent feels. We don't know what the heck is going on most of the time. If there's anyone in this crowd who understands the Department of Education, please raise your hand. Even when good things are happening, we don't know because we don't get clear information. We don't get information when we need it. And things change all the time. There's been 3 reorganizations in 7 years. The bus routes changed in the middle of winter. Our cell phones were suddenly, our children couldn't have cell phones even though we depended on them to stay in touch with them. That's not how you run a system that's supposed to involve people. We need transparency, and that will engage the people, engage the parents and the students once again. Thank you very much.